Okay, this is a little test. I'm just doing some agility laps on old school RuneScape. Just got level 78 last night. Gonna try and just keep uploading stuff. I think it'll be more so for myself, because then over the years, I'll get to look back and see um, what the game used to look like. Plus, this is just a little log of what I got going on. Super new account. Mostly been doing RS3. Been having a lot of fun with that. Pretty close to maxing. Currently, I just have some of the combat skills on on RuneScape 3 and Invention. So got 91 attack and strength over there yesterday, and then pretty much got the setup I think for to get 99 melee, attack and strength, because I spent some time this past week getting the Elder Rune armor set. So I got the +5, upgrade all those. That takes a little bit of time. Because I mined it myself, I didn't buy it. Mined it, smithed it, and then upgraded everything. So I did the full armor set, and then I did the sword and shield, as well as the two-hand sword. The two-hand sword is great for the AoE, or area of effect abilities, because that really helps with being able to knock down a lot of creatures pretty quickly, which is good. That really speeds up the process in the abyss. But then the reason I bring the sword and shield as well, because there's a shield ability, defensive ability in RuneScape 3 called Rejuvenate, and it takes like a 5-minute cooldown. But when you have 100% adrenaline, you can heal 40% of your overall health, which is really nice. So if you combine that with a Blood Amulet of Fury, which takes care of most of your needs, like you can stay in the Abyss AFK for 15 minutes, which is the current time limit. But if you are low on health or getting low, you just switch the sword and shield, switch your action bar preset to the. I have two presets. I have one for the two-handed weapon, which is all AOE abilities, and then I have one for sword and shield. And the sword and shield action preset, the first move on there is the rejuvenate. So when it does the auto rotation through the abilities, it knocks out rejuvenate. I'll probably show a video of that at some point. But anyway, that helps a lot because you just switch over and then you catch up on the HP, and then you switch back to the two hand and switch over the action bar preset to the two-handed one, and then go right back to uh, knocking out some abyssal creatures. So I think with that, and then toggling off defense XP, so I'm just focused on attack, strength, and constitution. Um, I should be able to get those skills, at least attack and strength, knocked out pretty quickly. Was working on the necromancy stuff as well, but I'll probably just make a video on that when I switch over to RS3 later. But for now, I've just been focused on agility. I think my mindset with this game has been to do the things that are the most annoying. And so, I come from an RS3 background. I've only been playing a couple of years. I think I started the account in summer of 2021, but I really didn't play until the Golden Party hat event on RS3. And so really it's like the tail end of 2021. So I really have only been playing RuneScape 3 for about 3 years. What's that? Yeah, 1 plus 3 is 4. So yeah, about 3 years. And then recently, like a couple months ago, I decided to switch over, not switch over, but just check out old school RuneScape. I'd been watching videos on YouTube of it, and I know it's the more popular variant. But I was like, okay, everything's supposed to be a lot harder. What's the hardest skill, or not the hardest, but the most annoying skill? And everyone said agility. So I'm like, all right, I'll just start working on agility off the rip, and then any skills I work on after this should be a little less annoying. So I've just been doing almost non-stop agility. I mean, you can see spent some time training up attack and other skills. It's a little bit of mining, a little bit of smithing. I did a few quests. That's where some of these other random levels come from. A little bit of wood cutting and fire making, but I mean, 16k XP is, for fire making, 16,500. That's that's nothing. I mean, I think that takes like a few minutes, 20 minutes to get that. But yeah, I mean, I've just been focused on agility, just doing laps, sort of locking in a little bit. I think that agility is a skill that is definitely annoying. People were right about that. But it, it's annoying for the first few minutes, and then if you're in the middle of doing something else, like if you're playing on mobile before bed or whatever, or you're watching a movie or whatever, maybe some YouTube, um, it definitely become like you just sort of enter a trance a little bit. I think you almost forget you're clicking. You just do the thing. It's like breathing. Breathing, you could say, is annoying in real life, but you just do it. I mean, obviously you have to, but agility, you just do it. You just click the next box. And I'm playing on the default client. I know you're supposed to play on RuneLite, but I don't know any better. And maybe I'll switch over to RuneLite eventually. But uh, over the last few months, I've been keeping up with the game news a little bit, and I think they're trying that Jagex is trying to sort of add some of the RuneLite features into the default client, and I'm wondering if they're going to make a move so that eventually they're trying to make it so there's no reason to use RuneLite, and then I do wonder if eventually they'll forbid people from using that. I think that would be very unpopular. So that, I mean, it might be years and years before they make that final call, and they probably wait until there's feature parity, and they might work behind the scenes to sort of, you know, I'm sure they work with the RuneLite people directly. I mean, of course they do. That's how they know it's RuneLite's safe. Um, but I think that getting used to the default client and not knowing any better with like the Quest Helper plugin or anything like that, it'll be a little bit easier for me to use the default, not knowing any better. I mean, I've seen videos, of course, of some of the plugins, and the plugins probably are a game changer in a way. But I think the idea is that a lot of these plugins are supposed to come to the default client at some point, especially over the next few years here. So, I mean, you can see the stats. Like this account's pretty new, so um, I'm not super worried about like having all the plugins and everything because a lot of these people have been playing this game since it came out in 2013, the old school. So for me, I mean, I've been playing for a very short period of time, only a couple months, like 4 or 5 months on old school, maybe a little longer than that. But I mean, I've just been basically doing agility for a few months now, so I'm not too worried about the maximal efficiency and all that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing laps. I mean, really want to hit 90 and get that Ardoin rooftop course. That's my goal right now. It's just that, and then I can continue on the agility grind while making GP. I mean, you collect the marks of grace, and then you're able to sell them, of course. So it's not just about the XP. It's also really, I would say yeah, it's not AFK at all, but it's a relatively low effort moneymaker, and that's kind of what I enjoy about this.